Welcome back to our viewers that are tuning into another CSE listed issuer update. I'm Anil Mall representing the Canadian Securities Exchange, and today we are speaking with Brodie Sutherland. Brodie is the president and CEO of Tocvan Ventures Corp. Brodie, thank you so much for your time. I hope you're well.
Yeah, I'm very well. Thanks, Anil. And yeah, thank you for having me. It's always great to be able to reach out to our shareholders.
2024 started off, especially in the mining space in Vancouver, and with a big bang. We had the Metals Investor Forum, we had Roundup, and we had the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference. So it was nice to see you very briefly. Why don't we start off, maybe introduce the company for any viewers that might not be familiar with Tocvan Ventures.
Yeah, sure. In essence, we're a gold, silver exploration and development company focused on Sonora, Mexico, which is a extremely mine-friendly jurisdiction. Great infrastructure. You can drive to both of our projects 2 hours from the capital city, Hermosillo, which has all the service providers we need to do the work and to develop a mine eventually. And that's our focus. We've got our Pilar asset, which has seen about 23,000 meters of drilling on it now, and it has produced some of the best results for at surface oxide gold silver in Sonora. And we've just completed a bulk sample to further showcase proof of concept that you can actually recover those metals. And we just expanded significantly our land position there to add tremendous upside. So we're an explorer today, but we're pushing to be a producer. And we're happy that we've decided to go forward with Sonora, because I think it's the jurisdiction that's going to get us across the line and become a producer.
It's got historical significance as well, especially in that region. What I want to do, Brodie, is I want to dial it back to 2023. Walk us through 2023, some of the good, some of the bad. Let's go through some of the milestones.
Yeah, so late 2022, we had drilled our first program ever at Picacho, a short reconnaissance program, 1,000 meters, 10 holes. We got those results back early 2023, and immediately we made a new discovery right at surface, our San Ramon prospect, and really showcasing what the potential of Picacho is. We've tested maybe 300 meters of strike length where we have these mineralized shear zones close to surface. We have 7 kilometers of trend there that is well defined with old artisanal workings with very high grade gold and silver. And, basically that's all left untested. So this is, within a part of Sonora, the Caborca gold trend that hosts some big multi-million ounce deposits. And, we're kind of right in the middle of that. So a lot of potential there, and a nice way to start off 2023. And then from there, we wanted to, again, showcase what the potential of Pilar was and where our mindset's at in terms of becoming a producer. And that was coordinating a bulk sample. So we took over 1,400 tons of material. About half of that we crushed and ran over a heap leach process, which is, an extremely low cost way to recover the metals. Did that for 45 days and, ran all the tests along the way to show that we're recovering the metals, and we're actually able to produce a doré bar from that, which was really exciting, and show that, the recovery is right in line with what you see regional average there. What was really encouraging for us is that doing advanced metallurgy on top of that showed that, you can actually recover 95% of the gold or 73% of the silver using gravity and agitated leach, which, is something that's unique about Pilar. The gold and silver is quite free, so it's easy to get out. And we'll be kind of further evaluating that. And leading up to that, it was a lot of surface work. We were able to consolidate 22 square kilometers around Pilar. And, that's the first time that area has been consolidated for 30 plus years. It's never been explored for gold and silver. Placer miners are all over it. We think there's tons of potential there. And, now going forward, it's about permitting for mine development, and it's about continuing to drill, to expand and see how much more resource we can find.
And that's going into 2024 now.
That's right. So that's what we're preparing for right now. Is our next drill program to infill and expand on Pilar and start testing these other target areas in the new expansion acquisition that we have, and keep pushing forward with that. We're flying LiDAR right now. That's going to create our base image for when we plan all our infrastructure for mine development. And we'll be doing the other permitting steps, later this year, within the first half of the year, and get that in the queue, because, this is one of the advantages of Sonora, is that you can actually permit a mine in a relatively quick timescale, and that's unique, and it allows a company like us to grow quickly.
You mentioned even earlier, obviously with mine permitting plans and aims of going into production. We'll talk about some of the challenges that you and your team might have faced to get to this level, this point.
Yeah, that's an awesome question. Obviously the first is you got to have something in the ground, and coming up and kind of rediscovering Pilar, I think was a huge challenge for us. And that, Pilar has been there since '96. It was discovered then. Changed hands a few times. I think it was just a tough market, tough timing. And so we had to kind of recalibrate and go back at Pilar with a slightly different approach, a really open mind. And we were, partly lucky, partly through hard work, able to kind of reshape and what that potential was there. That was, the first challenge. I think the challenges right now are, there's one, the market's in a difficult place. It hasn't been this tough on the commodities in general for a long time, and I think that creates some challenges for us. But we're very optimistic that will change. It always does, and we've been able to kind of manage and navigate through that. So we think there's a lot of potential for us moving forward. And on the permitting side, that's always going to be a challenge. Right now in Mexico, there's an election. It's an election year in June. And so there's a lot of rhetoric that goes back and forth related to mining. But, overall, we have a very positive outtake on Mexico. We're very bullish there. We think this is the place to be to build a company. And we're very happy that we've made it our home.
Because you and your team also have great relations with the locals that are helping to build this.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to a friend this morning that we feel very fortunate that, one, there's such a skilled workforce in Sonora that knows and understands exploration and mining. There's a small village outside of our Pilar project, not even 1,000 people there. I think the first geologist to ever come out of that village we were able to hire, and she's been an incredible asset for us. And, I think through that, we've now, some of our labor workforces are going to university for geology, to, really expand on that. It's all because we've had a presence there and been able to work with the community, and we have an excellent relationship there. So we couldn't be happier with that.
And how with some of your peers that might be in the same region, what differentiates you and your team from the peers?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good operators in Sonora. There's no doubt. I think really our mindset is that we want to build our team, our company in Sonora, and that's been our focus from the onset. Really, I'm the only outsider that it gets exposed to the hot Sonoran sun and feels a bit out of my element. But the key thing is that there's such quality people there, technical people that know it, and this is their backyard as well, right? So they know how to operate there. And we felt like that's key from the start. So we've always just wanted to build our team organically in Sonora. And I think that's a big part of our success.
Brodie, let's talk a little bit about your shareholders. I'm confident that, you and your team have been able to build shareholder confidence getting to this stage of your project. Talk to us a little bit about that. What's the sentiment been like?
Yeah, I think, again, it's been a challenging market. It hasn't been easy for anyone. And obviously, we're very cognizant of that. But we do have amazing shareholders that have been extremely patient through this, even firming up their positions as we navigate through this tough market. And, I think that's the key message for a lot of our shareholders is just that patience. It's been a tough go for a lot of companies out there, but I think the ones that have management that are, fighting every day to keep moving forward, I think there's a lot of opportunity out there. And again, we've been very fortunate to have excellent shareholders, and I've no doubt that when the market turns, we'll see we'll be able to outperform within that.
Now, Brodie, I know you don't have a crystal ball. Neither do I. But what do you think are some of the catalysts needed to help shift the markets?
Yeah, I think sentiment is just, I don't know if it's ever been this weak really on all commodities, but I think there just needs to be some momentum built from, it could start with government moves, could be rates dropping in the US. There could be some other shifts where I think people just wake up to the fact that there's a whole sector that is undervalued and tons of potential there. And the fact that we need all of these metals, not like we explore for them for fun. We do it because we actually need them. There's demand for it.
There's a demand, and what people fail to realize is how much of your day-to-day life, products in your day-to-day life require these metals and minerals.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Silver's a byproduct of what we have in Mexico, but I mean, that's every day there's more and more industrial uses for silver that we're seeing out there with the advancement of technology, solar cells, everything. And even gold, gold's got so much potential on the technology side, but it has always been that store of wealth. It always will be, because it's that physical asset, that physical thing that you can hold. And I look at it like this, is that we produce globally about 120 million ounces of gold each year. We do not find 120 million ounces of gold each year, very, a fraction of that really. So, and it takes, in some cases, in some jurisdictions, decades to build those mines. So, I think it's, this is a natural cycle that we're going through in the market, but it will turn. It always does. And I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity out there for...
You just have to stay persistent and keep meeting those milestones.
That's right. Yeah, just keep going.
On that note, Brodie, I'm going to just maybe recap, or have you recap, the next upcoming 4 months of the year, what's to be expected, and where would you direct our viewers to go to do their due diligence on your company, of course, sign up for press releases, and even reach out should they have questions?
Yeah, absolutely. So next 4 months, it's back to drilling. We'll be back drilling very soon, actually, which will be exciting. We've been waiting, and our shareholders have been waiting a while for that. And, we've got a lot of area to explore. Collectively, we've got 45 square kilometers of area to explore. It is all very prospective. So a lot of work that we need to do there. And then permitting is the big one for mine development. And, we're going to be doing the environmental studies, the hydrological studies, building out where all the infrastructure is going to go, and putting that into our permit application, filing that. And, I think if you want to follow the story, the easiest thing is to go to our website, tocvan.com. You can sign up for a newsletter there. And that's really the best way to keep in touch. You can also reach out to me. My email's on there. You can call me. I'm always open to having a call with our current shareholders and prospective ones. And you know what? We also have a presence on social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, and those are great places to kind of keep in touch with what we're doing.
Excellent. Well, Brodie, I look forward to seeing you at PDAC in the next few weeks. To everybody watching, you've been listening to Brodie Sutherland, who is the president, CEO of Tocvan Ventures Corp, trades on the CSE under the symbol TOC. Brodie, it's always a pleasure seeing you. We wish you and your team nothing but success as you move forward in this path in 2024. And thanks again for your time.
Thank you, Anil.